So my screen has arrived, well packaged, arrived really early. I ordered it direct from the manufacturer and it's well packaged. It actually looks like it's double packaged. Yes, double packaged, so full marks for them. I also ordered the Perspex cover to go with that, so I'll show you the full build on that. But let's see the screen, because I'm hoping this will allow me to make my touch screen for my camera slider that I'm working on. And I like this screen because the documentation on the website looks very easy to follow, and also this board has a direct battery connector. I need to do research to see whether the board charges the battery as well. It has got USB-C and a number of connections, USB speaker that we may make use of, I'm not too sure. But yeah, stay tuned. I've got many videos coming out on this and I'm extremely happy it's arrived before I go away. So the acrylic screen, is it worth the money? I think it was less than £2. I couldn't even manufacture that on my laser for £2. It does come with some hardware to bolt it together. They have left the backing on 2 pieces, and there are mounting screws on here so you can then mount the panel to something, and the top piece actually has laser engraved etching on so you can tell what connections you are connecting to. Not sure whether that's going to come out, but that is laser etched and I can read it. Anyway, let's get assembled. So yeah, it's working. So if you touch the screen it will scroll, just their demo application, just to make sure it's working, but I'm sure you're not interested in that. I know I'm not. So let's get on to something more serious. So here's the first problem. The screen clips into the front very nicely. Just be aware that it is handed. Just be aware it is handed. Where my thumb is, there's a little cutout for the screen ribbon cable to go in, and the screen does just pop in the recess of that front panel. But now look, here are the mounting screws where you can supply your own hardware to mount it to, but when you put the rear cover on, you can see the holes. There's the left hole and there's the right hole. The holes don't line up, so that this bit goes on there. It only goes one way because that's the way it's made, but you can see those holes are not going to go, so you can't use that back unless you drill your own holes. So I've used 3 of the screws to line it up, and I'm just going to drop a pencil through the holes and hopefully that's marked the acrylic on the underside. So you can see there where the holes are and where they should be. So they are a mile out. Anyway, let's go and drill some holes. So yes, I'm smiling. So the pencil marked the acrylic very easily. I started with a 2mm, then I went 3mm, then I went 4.5mm. They are 3 M3 bolts, but to give you some wiggle room, because when you're putting the casing on, the casing does wiggle around a bit. But make sure you can get your bolts in, and remember, if you do use them, you can only twist them in a couple of threads, otherwise you'll be forcing the end of the screw onto the PCB. Now I'm going to do these up. These are sort of, well, they're not self-tapping screws, but they are going to tap their own thread into the acrylic. Drilling the acrylic was very easy. It is quite a soft material, and as long as you've got a nice sharp drill bit, it goes through like butter really. Just use a battery drill on slow speed and I had no issues, and I hope you have the same. The way I'm doing the screws, I've done the screws just so they bite up. You can see I've got a gap under there, so I've probably got 3 or 4 turns to do on each screw now, and they should be snugged up nicely. Okay, a top tip when you're threading in the bolts, make sure you've got a well-fitting screwdriver. Once you've got them started, do sort of 2 turns down, or 2 half turns down, and then do 3 turns up, and then 5 turns down, and then 3 turns up, because you're cutting a thread with these very fine threaded bolts. So by reversing the direction of, so you're going clockwise to do it up, so by doing it anti-clockwise, you're releasing the material that is being caught in the thread. Well, that's the theory anyway. I did have this one, didn't want to go in very nicely. I did have to press quite hard in the end to get it to go down. But yeah, so do a couple of twists down, couple of twists up. Some more twists down, 2 twists up, and then it will cut its threads, and you should find you end up with a nice display. So let's see what we've got this side, and it's all looking good. And just remember, this front panel does have a cutout here for the screen touch panels. Anyway, I look forward to some nice coding with this. I will drop Congro a email to say, have I done something wrong here, or have you manufactured the back plates incorrectly? But they are easy to drill as long as you've got a sharp drill bit. Thanks for making it to the end of my video. It is much appreciated. If you have any comments, please drop them down below, and I promise I will come back to you. And maybe you would like to watch some of the videos popping up now.